In every industry, providing a great customer experience is a must for a business to engage with and attract new customers. This may mean that businesses need to apply new technology, enhance customers' emotion to measure satisfaction with their products. In the context of the complicated COVID-19 pandemic affecting business operations, roadside businesses increasingly have to pay more attention to these experiences to better meet the needs of customers in the market. Recently, Gamuda Land, Vietnam opened a unique experience space called Gamuda Land Experience Lounge in Hanoi. Built on an area total of more than 100 square meters, this is considered a miniature model that converges the most complete of high-class housing products of Gamuda Land. This is also the area that gives the first impression of a master plan and project landscape with the most authentic and attractive images. Greetings from Việt Nam on VTC 10 Net Việt. In today's program, we'll be talking to Mr. Dennis Ng Thek Yo, the General Director of Gamuda Land Vietnam. So thank you for joining us. So can you share about the impact of COVID-19 to the real estate market in general and to your company in particular?
I think in general, everybody knows the real estate industry is not exempted from the impact from pandemic. Pandemic has hit the whole nation's economy, but not only the nation, I think the whole world economy. Because of that impact itself, the supply chain has been affected. The whole world is like going a bit slower and slower, and the issue of pandemic has yet to be resolved. So that caused even more problem. The situation we are in now is good because you can see that the recent ASEAN meeting has basically talked a lot in terms of the treaties as well as moving forward to make the whole region business as well as economic growth being improved extensively. So we thank very much to the leadership here and as well as the surrounding country that work together, that they wanted the better place for the whole Asian to basically excel in this difficult time. So with the observation that we can see in all the countries that we have in that meeting, in general, Vietnam stand out boldly because it managed the crisis very well and it actually contained the situation and strong resilient in terms of the population at large in fighting against COVID itself. With this, I would say that the government is paving a positive way for us to move forward. So with that growth itself and it's positive, we've foreseen that it paved a way for the real estate development to excel forward.
Many experts believe that the pandemic is the right time for the real estate businesses to change their operating methods and to have reform thinking to survive in this competitive world. So what do you think about this?
Yes, I totally agree because pandemic, everybody is scared of and everybody has no experience in dealing with it. It's the first time that we've seen this particular challenge posed before us, and what we call the new norm has basically created a fear in everybody's mind that we have to basically live with it. So if we have to live with it, that test itself will basically impact against those developer or the industrial player who is now not well prepared, who is not well agile enough to face this particular situation. Calling the situation a challenge, yes, but we turn it around calling it as an opportunity. So with this particular test posted to us, I will say again, it all depends on how well prepared you are and how equipped you are moving forward towards the agility. Because the industry we are in is an industry building basic necessity needs. But of course, nevertheless, problem faced cannot be avoided. Just like any other developer in the country, all of us being challenged with the pandemic, people started to have this wait and see attitude. I will say most of the people, even though they they are urgently required to get a house, but they still consider having a bit of time to think about it because the market is slowing down. So with that itself, it creates a chain effect to the whole industry. So people started to look at it in a very different way. But of course, for us as a real estate developer, we face the challenge, but we are confident with what we have and what we have prepared earlier to basically encounter this particular pandemic issue can pave a way for us to proceed forward. So with that, I think challenges is there. Of course, opportunity is always there as well.
So is the customer experience the factor that businesses should pay more attention during this time?
You're touching on to our latest plan or project that we are rolling out. The customer experience that we have established earlier through the two main platforms, which is first the technology itself, second the human touch itself. Now we added on the overall with this Gamuda Land experience launch that we have set up in this particular location in Wuhui. So this particular concept of experience launch is not new. It's basically been established in our head office for quite a few years back.
The real estate sector has many unique characteristics. It is important for the brokers to measure the current level of customer satisfaction. This will help businesses identify, improve, and deliver better experiences. From there, overall corporate brand awareness will grow in the long term. For many businesses, they have actively increased their reputation and helped customers have a lot of good experiences about their projects.
Cái tâm lý e ngại của thằng Ngô là hầu như đã giảm bớt đi rồi, và chúng tôi đưa thêm chương trình khuyến mại. Thêm vào đó là kết hợp với chủ đầu tư là đẩy mạnh tiến độ của công trường, thì khách hàng cũng tự tin và xuống tiền, và tốc độ giao dịch của chúng tôi thì vẫn đều như các tháng trước đây.
You know, it was already happening in a strong way, but I think this has really concentrated people's need and desire to move towards a different way of doing business, or more different ways of doing business. So certainly online shopping has been, done well or been a winner out of this situation as people do more transactions online. Even doing business, not necessarily transactions, but obviously the online videos and virtual meetings.
The real estate market is the driving force for many other industries, so experts and investors are expecting the market to be stable through the movement of the businesses. As the social distancing measures is eased, as the project rollouts become more organized, the trading will soon return to normal and the market will begin its recovery cycle later this year. Customer experience is the interaction and integration into services and products from the customer to the supplier. So how many percentage of customer experience do you think you have certified?
I would say, if you ask me honestly, we will talk more than 100%. Yeah. To take on that 100% challenges is tough, because not easy to make everybody happy, especially we have so many partners in the market. Some of them are looking for their own agenda, some of them having their own interests. So to make that happen, we are always focusing on our basic foundation of how do we make them satisfied. I won't use the word happy, I will use the word satisfied. Because when you do use the word satisfaction, we can use that to benchmark against the standard. Like what I explained to you just now, how the transparency standard was actually established and how do we benchmark against it. So with that itself, it not only create the qualitative impact, it also allow us to assess in form of qualitative, that allow a feedback to us how to be better, how to improve. So these are basically feedback that we are looking forward to establish. Not only creating an environment that one way, we want an environment which is two way, where whatever you are satisfied with, we are more than happy to know more. Whatever you're not satisfied with, we are more than happy to basically multiply that to make it happen, make it better. so that you will continue with that satisfaction, and this will apply across our development, because we have committed to our buyer, our investors and our partners. We are not here for next 5 years, next 10 years. We are here for at least 15, 20 years. But by the way of establishment here in that such a long-term duration, we need that foundation. We need that establishment. So beyond 100%, that is our target.
Currently, many businesses often exaggerate about the products and service, causing customers to be cautious and to lose confidence into the market. So how can this problem be solved?
So we actually tell them that you can trust the advertisement, you have seen the media, you have read the articles, but now it's for you to be on the ground, to look at actually what is going on. So some people claim that, for me to go to this particular development area, it may take some of my time, my time is very precious. But with that itself, we advise them, you don't have to go far, we bring the experience to you. So this is where the general concept of our experience launch itself, create a platform for people to understand what we are doing. Yes. As I explained earlier in my opening speech, we have 3 stages of encounter. First of all, we establish an interaction with the customer or with anyone. Because here we don't limit to our customer, we open up to everyone, not only the stakeholder. Because the reason being is that we have more intention to open up to allow the transparency to happen in the market, rather than we just limited it to a certain community. So that is our first key principle. With that itself, the ground floor that we have set up is an open area where it showcases our project information. It showcases our layout, it showcases what we have done, it showcases what we have achieved. And of course, what we achieved is not being recognized internally, it's recognized internationally. The judges around the industry who actually goes around setting up benchmark, setting up requirement to the developer and the play industry, has came back with all sort of recognition. So this is where first we will share with them why we are entitled for this type of award, why we are being recognized, why this assessor come from internationally, also locally, has basically paved the way for them to establish this. It's a cozy place, a chill out place for people to have drinks, for people to relax, But you can see a big screen having in front of them. That is actually a chance for us to present our case, to showcase who we are, not only to our buyer, also to our investor, to our partners, as well as upkeeping information to our members. So those approach that we have established in the second floor will allow us to take on the third stage, which is once they are confident with us, once they accept us, we take on to the next stage, which is coming up to this basically open area. Why this area is open and relaxed, and basically you can see it's a bit formalized. It allowed our team members to start talking to the interest party, to create that relationship, to invite them to become our partners. So one of the main reasons why we don't say closing deal or signing up contract is because once they become our partner in multiple form, either they are part of our supply chain or they are part of our end user, that will actually create a recognition automatically to the public at large. This is where when we say customer experience should not only stop at what you see, should stop after you have gone through that particular flow itself, the circle itself, the chain itself. So this is very important to us.
Once again, thank you for joining us and for your sharings today. And that's all we have for this episode of Sharing Vietnam today. For comment and feedback, don't hesitate to write to us at sharingvietnam@netvietttv.net. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.